Hello and welcome to Rev Sports 5 at 5. I'm Gargi Raut and joining me today is Boria Mujumdar, Trisha Ghoshal and Bharat Ramraj. There's so much to talk about today, starting with, of course, all that we saw in the past 2 days when it comes to Indian team coming back on their home soil and celebrating the T20 World Cup win. We'll also be talking about what all is going on in Zimbabwe. What could be the playing 11 for tomorrow? Who could be the openers? And has Shubman Gill's kit arrived or not? Which is an important question. Of course, after that, we will always also be talking about building up to the Paris Olympics and whether or not they'll be getting the same treatment of celebration from Indian fans as the cricket team did. Boria, starting with you first. Celebrations, those celebrations that we saw last night, I think that was the cherry on the cake, the icing on top, all of that. But so many people, I think around 3 lakh, that was the count that showed up to watch the players on the bus, on the champions bus. How do you describe that?
It was incredible. I mean, every time we were seeing these visuals, and you and I were sort of constantly chatting, and we were all actually talking in our work group. That at one point I got a little scared that if this goes out of control, what can happen? Because people were pouring in. Everybody wanted to celebrate, but it was getting a bit scary. It was raining as well. But the kind of intensity, the kind of passion, the kind of love for the players, the adulation, and even the players, the way they were reciprocating was sensational. I mean, this can only happen in India. It was incredible. India at its absolute best. Think about it. I mean, from Delhi, the passion started in the same way, and outside the Moria, outside the airport. Then it continued in Bombay, the water cannon salute. Then it started from there right up to the NCPA, the parade to the Wankhede. Wankhede was chock a block, unbelievable. I mean, Argentina 2022 and Leo Messi, and this one, unbelievable passion. Whether it's football, whether it's cricket in India, this was a statement that we love our cricket, men's cricket, and I hope it's for the other sports, and we'll talk about it at length. But yesterday, India made a statement that we know how to celebrate. In fact, why don't you play some of those visuals if
Yes.
Shopnil is able to give you those?
Yes, playing those. But Trisha, I don't think we got to talk about the celebrations last night because Trisha is always involved in planning what is going to go next, what is going to go next. So you didn't really have a chance to come on the live show and talk about this. But when you think of the whole day that was yesterday, how do you even describe the madness, the frenzy?
Honestly speaking, it was 8 9 when the whole program in the Wankhede was going on, and my reaction to it was, are these guys not gonna stop now? I mean, we have celebrated them, and I'm glad that they are getting these heroes welcome. It was, of course, overwhelming, but after a point, the planning part was becoming very difficult. Like every half an hour, something or the other was coming. But honestly speaking, it just showed how hungry we were for this World Cup as a whole nation. As a whole nation, we have said a number of times that 13 years wait. There, after a 13 years wait, what did that actually mean? Was showed by every single Mumbaikar or Indian on who were there for the whole procession there. But if you honestly ask me, what were the moments of the day? There are two moments which have got nothing to much to do with the whole cricketing celebration. One was, I think I saw it in one of the Twitter videos, that an ambulance was passing, and though there was no space for the crowd to stand, there was no space for anyone to move, only for the ambulance everyone made space, and they allowed the ambulance to pass. It was such a good and responsible gesture from every single citizen there. And the other one, this was a favorite. I think Boria and I spoke at length about this. There was this guy on in the tree, like on the tree top. He was hiding on the tree, and when the bus was passing, he suddenly brings out the camera, and all the players were so scared that there was some ghost or something. Oh, that was absolute, like, none of the pacers or none of the other teams could scare these players, but that guy was brilliant. I think for me, those were like serious moments of the day.
Yeah, I remember watching it on TV because There were rituals. What?
You should actually tell us about your experience when they first landed because you were there at ITC
Yeah,
Moria. Tell us about how you felt. And by the way, lucky you, Gargi, Virat passed right in front of you.
yeah, he did. So
My
he did.
God,
Yeah, but he didn't pay attention, and he was surrounded by like five bodyguards on each side, so
that's
he
okay.
was looking at anyone either. So that's that. But anyway, these are last night celebrations. How incredible!
Oh,
But yes, you were asking about how it felt when the Indian team first landed. So I was, waiting in the lobby to get some visuals. They were already decking up the halls for the players. I keep looking at this woman who's trying to getting her pull ups in. Just that is she put all her strength in.
incredible.
But yes, I was thinking about. I was sitting in the lobby and waiting for the team, reading my book. This is something we've talked about, that I don't get starstruck easily, and because I was just chill. I was like, let's get this done. It's been a long time since I've been waiting here. But then, as soon as the team came in, and the fans that were there, so they had allowed the residents to kind of line up and watch them and welcome them actually, and they had given Indian flags and everything. So it was a nice atmosphere there. As soon as someone walked in, it was chaos in the best way possible, because the energy in the room shifted, because you thought, the champions are here. They're finally here, and no one could wait to get a glimpse of everyone. So it was incredible. It's always the energy that changes when these guys walk in. So that was incredible. But Bharat, you as well, when you saw these visuals last night, a lot of people, like Trisha mentioned, that the ambulance, they were making way for the ambulance over there, even though there were lakhs of people on the street. And there was one also reel that I saw that had the caption, "People wouldn't let the bus move and didn't let the ambulance stop." That was the caption for it. How do you describe this madness?
Yeah, crazy scenes, as you just said. Talked about that ambulance. The people so nicely they left that ambulance to go by, and I also saw yesterday that there was a really nice gesture. I was seeing it from here in Bangalore, and absolutely there was no space, and still they made space for the ambulance to go by, and that was great to see. Scenes, incredible scenes. What can I say? Even if you go to the entire dictionary, I don't think you might not find a word to describe what you just saw yesterday, because the kind of scenes. Maybe I've seen one parade in 2007. India won that T20 World Cup. After that, there was a parade, but nothing compares to what I witnessed yesterday from TV. The bus obviously was stuck for a while, and after that too, unbelievable scenes. Rain was coming yesterday here only. I was in one of the programs. At that time, rain heavens had just opened up, but even then they were waiting. The people were patiently waiting for the players, for the bus parade to start, and it took hours together. That just shows the sheer passion among among fans for men's cricket, especially men's cricket, and it also indicates that how much it meant, this World Cup meant to all the fans, because it's been 11 years since India won an ICC event, 13 years since India won. Obviously, they won the World Cup last time, so in 2011. So obviously, it was a 50-over event. It just shows how much it meant to them. Hopefully, this silverware will lead to many more World Cups, not just men's World Cup. Women's team also hopefully will clinch a World Cup this year. Not to look forward to, but yeah, it's crazy scenes, unbelievable scenes. That's all I can say.
Before we move on to talking about Paris Olympics, we have a few questions on cricket that we'll take, and then move on to Olympics. Amartya Chakraborty is saying, when Virat applauded Bumrah, my chest swelled with pride and arrogance. Why arrogance? Priyanshu is saying the same thing. Virat hyping and giving entire credit to Bumrah without any insecurity shows sign of a true leader. Under Virat's captaincy, Indian cricket started shifting from batters towards fast bowlers. Boria?
Yeah, I mean, that was a concerted, conscious call rather. I mean, a concerted call between Virat Kohli, Ravi Shastri, Bharat Arun, and the coaching staff that you needed four fast bowlers to win test matches overseas. You needed to pick 20 wickets, and that was the whole idea that you play four fast bowlers, and just with Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, and you obviously at one point in time Hardik Pandya was also playing test match cricket, and that allowed India to have that kind of balance. But yes, Jasprit Bumrah is just an alien. He's come from a different planet. I mean, Jasprit Bumrah is the most important cricket player in the Indian setup. And I've got absolutely no qualms in saying this. He's more importantly for this Indian setup, more important than anyone. I mean, be it the captain, be it anyone else, be it Virat Kohli, because Jasprit Bumrah brings that element of kind of raw aggression, quality, whatever you want to call it. I mean, his presence and can completely galvanize the Indian bowling attack, be it in red ball, be it in white ball. The way he's bowled in this particular World Cup, Virat was spot on. And I've said that multiple times that Bumrah should be protected with cotton wool. You mollycoddle him. I mean, as long as he's around, you can win ICC trophies. As long as he's around, fully fit and delivering for India, you can compete in Australia, compete in England, compete in any part of the world. And now he's got the hang of the World Cup. So far, his World Cup record wasn't great, but now even that box has been ticked. There was one question. There was one question that I don't know why somebody said, I think, that this is about the Paris Olympics. This is not about the Paris Olympics. The point that we wanted to make on the show, and we will, yeah, this is about the Paris Olympics. We're discussing cricket. But if you see our headline, we've been saying memories are forever. It's not about Olympics or cricket. It is about sport. And cricket is also sport, so is the Olympics. The point that all of us are trying to make, we are first taking the news points because we've got our guy Rohit Juglan in Zimbabwe. He's sent us a number of news points. So we are taking the celebrations, then taking the news points from the Shubman Gill press conference, and then obviously sort of taking the Sikandar Raza press conference, and then taking the larger question that will we see the same celebration for the women's team if they win? Will we see the same celebration for the Olympic medal winners? Because that is absolutely essential if India has to become a multi-sporting nation. So there's a larger story to this show, Gargi, and that's the whole point. I mean, let's take it one step at a time because we've got pretty long time still to go for the show, and we will tackle all of these questions.
Yes.
Can I say something? Whatever show we do, we are a multi-sport platform. So whichever show we do, whichever match we do, we will be, of course, if it's a match specific one, then we'll try to stick as much as we can to the match, but doesn't mean we'll not talk about anything else. So every time we do any show, because I repeat again, because every single of the person in our company follows different sports. So we are going to come up with what's happening in other sports too. So you guys, please just stay tuned to the show.
Lots more questions. What else? Amartya Chakrabarti is saying, I was waiting for Arshdeep to receive praise from Virat or Rohit, but no issue. He's our hero. Trisha, did you think? I don't think anything was done on purpose. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fine. I mean, you don't have to take every player's name. Come on. Okay, if a project finishes and in Rev Sports, and if Boryada is writing that, you know what, this was a successful project, and maybe names you and Bharat, and doesn't name me or Shopnil or Rohan, doesn't mean we were not part of the project or we didn't do our bits. So it's just fine. I mean, not everybody needs to be named. Everyone has a particular role in the team, and everyone plays to that role. They have done the best to that role. So Arshdeep also knows that this is just the beginning of, this is one of the highs of his career, but he still needs to be consistent. So I don't think Virat and Rohit didn't mention him is big. It was kind of important to mention Bumrah and Hardik for different reasons, because for Hardik it was a lot more than just a World Cup. It was like whole comeback and performing. And for Bumrah, come on, yeah, Bumrah just changed the face of every single game. You cannot not take Bumrah's name. But if you take Arshdeep's name and then not take Aksar's name, are you meaning that Aksar has not done anything? Since it's all, it's a team game, everyone has performed. And Arshdeep has got player of the match. That's praise enough. Who else needs to take his name?
Absolutely, I think that's well said. Are you sing? When players were singing "Ma Tujhe Salam," someone threw a shirt, and yeah, that's a part that went quite viral because he had his hands up like this, singing "Ma Tujhe Salam," and a shirt landed in his hand, and he caught it, and then he was like, "What just happened?" And it was someone's shirt, but it was quite a funny moment there. Sanjay Jha is saying, all the credit for India T20 World Cup victory goes to bowlers only. Bharat.
Well, obviously, it was a team effort. You can't say it goes to only bowlers. Obviously, I always say if you want to win a tournament, your bowlers have to take the wickets. Finally, it comes down to your bowlers. But it's still a team game. You can't, for example, obviously, Virat Kohli struggled a bit in the final, but he still got the 76 runs and took the team to a par score. And Akshar Patel played his part, not just with the ball in hand, with the bat in hand as well. He has played his part. But yeah, obviously number one will always be Jasprit Bumrah. I think he has touched some other level. As I said once, fast bowling nirvana. I think he has touched that kind of a level. He's an all-time great bowler now, not just once in a generation bowler, maybe once in a lifetime kind of bowler, because he's not just doing it in one format. He's doing it across formats. He's succeeding. In white ball cricket, is succeeding. This is a time when bowlers are getting hit all over the park, when the best bowlers are getting hit for 25, 30 runs in an over occasionally. So, but just with Bumrah going at just around 4 runs per over and taking all those crucial wickets, and he's someone who's doing it across conditions. He has touched some other level. So, obviously, Akshar Patel, many have not touched upon. Obviously, he has been great with the ball in hand. Yeah, and Kuldeep Yadav, we can't. We have to discuss about him as well. We can't ignore him because he's been such a good wrist spinner for the Indian team, and he's been taking all those wild wickets. Someone who's always looks for wickets, always searches for wickets. Yeah, bowlers, I think, win your tournament. But obviously, finally, it's a team effort, even including Surya Kumar Yadav's great catch on the boundary, or even Shivam Dubey scoring those. Yeah, he struggled more for most part of the World Cup, and in the final, even those 37 runs mattered. So finally, it's a team effort that won India this cup.
Okay, all right. And now the Pint Show is saying, everyone has at everyone has Pant impressed you? Will he be continuing at number 3? Voria, what do you think? How do you see Pant's future in the T20 setup for India?
See, I've always said that Rishabh Pant is a better test match player than any other format. He's an absolute game changer in test match cricket, and I've maintained this and I will. Having said that, he was the third highest scorer for India after Rohit and Surya, right? And the two halves of the World Cup, the first half of the World Cup was excellent for Pant. Was excellent for Pant. He played some really good innings. For example, Pakistan, some of those innings was excellent. Excuse me. The second half of the World Cup wasn't as good for Pant in the last couple of matches, but that doesn't make his contribution any less, at least in the first half of the tournament. Having said that, will he bat at number 3? Now, this is a very different question. It will be a new look Indian team. It will be a new look Indian team. Gargi will soon join. Clearly, her internet is acted up. There she is back. Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill. Let's break that, Gargi. Let's break that. News coming in from Zimbabwe. Rohit Juglan has just reported, and we are breaking it on Red Sports here on our live, that Shubman Gill in his press conference has said. Shubman Gill in his press conference has said it will be Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma to open. He has also said that he wants to continue to open for India in the T20 format. So clearly, Shubman Gill, the captain in Zimbabwe, is taking a claim for that position that has been vacated by Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. He's also saying he wants to open. That means the number 3 position. Do you want to continue with Pant? That will be a question that will be opening up. You have a Ruturaj Gaikwad, you have an Abhishek Sharma, you have a Shubman Gill, you have an Ishan Kishan who's not part of this team. You also have a Yashasvi Jaiswal. So where do you fit all of these fellows? Do you have Jaiswal at number 3? Abhishek Sharma is a left-hander. Do you get another left-hander like Jaiswal at number 3, like Rishabh Pant, to give him that X factor? India has a richness of talent there. So we've got to wait and see how this series unfolds to get an answer of some questions. But the breaking now from Zimbabwe, which Rohit Juglan has sent us some time back, is Shubman Gill in his press conference has clarified that he and Abhishek Sharma will open and he will want to continue to open for India going forward.
And since we have that update with us that Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma are to open the innings for India in Zimbabwe against Zimbabwe, we should talk about it because this was a question, this was the burning question for the past couple of days. Who would open for India with lots of openers present in the squad? Trisha, I'll start with you first, and of course, Bharat, you also give your opinion. Is Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma, with the way that Abhishek batted in IPL, the kind of aggressive approach that he showed all of us, is this also somewhat of a threat to Yashasvi Jaiswal as well and the other openers in the team?
Of course, I think if Abhishek can replicate even half of the performance that he has done in IPL, it could be it. Things could get more challenging for Yashasvi, who hasn't been that consistent. And I think somewhere the Gill and Abhishek pair is very interesting because Shubman will obviously play the role of someone who kind of carries the batting on till the sixth, seventh, eighth over. He's not gonna hit every single ball, and Abhishek is just gonna go hammer and tongs right from the beginning. So I think also because Shubman will be there at the other end, it gives Abhishek that complete license that when you play such high risk games, he can get out on a duck for more than one games, and that is where the license is there. That okay, my captain is there, he's there at the other end. We are not going to lose a lot of wickets, so I can play my game. If Abhishek is backed and he's allowed to play his game, the kid can hit the ball hard. So he could, and he has experienced that with none other than Travis Head, who has given headache to so many teams, even in this World Cup. So I think Abhishek is a very good choice, and this will be a very, very good exposure for him to know where exactly he stands. Because at times, IPL is not really where you would want to completely back yourself. In IPL, people were scoring 250s. In the World Cup, 160 was tough. So these are the international games are where you're going to check where do you exactly stand, what do you need to improve. So yes, and I think one more thing, Abhishek is a left-hander, right? So that will put a little more pressure on Jaiswal as well, because you won't have the 2-3 left-handers, because if we consider Rishabh at 3, again, it's a lot of ifs, but if we consider Rishabh at 3, he is also left-handed. So Jaiswal has to beat Abhishek to it. So that is where Abhishek performing could actually give Jaiswal a little more to think about.
And Bharat, before you answer that answer about Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma, we have got okay, so you said finally we'll not be seeing that sixth thank you Sky. I think all Indians are thanking Sky because the catch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean that?
Yeah. What do you think it means?
I don't know which 6 is he talking about. I think because the profile name is Gautam Gambhir, and because I can see that sly smile on Bharat's face, I think that 6 will be spoken about less and this will be spoken about more. The 2 World Cup wins. I think that's what he's going at.
Okay, right.
Yeah. The Mahendra Singh Dhoni 6 and Sky catch. The moment.
Why do you think Bharat, our non-controversial person, is not answering? Bharat is silently observing. He has to take a side.
But did you see the mark on Bharat's face?
And that too, 2 days later is MS Dhoni's birthday. Because Bharat, our Twitter man, knows one comment here and he'll get trolled, and Bharat is getting trolled. So Bharat is silently observing. Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? Come on, Bharat, take a position.
I don't know what exactly he was talking.
Now we know what exactly he was talking about.
I'll explain to you. After that, you take a position. He's basically saying, because his name is Gautam Gambhir, that the Mahendra Singh Dhoni 6 has been enough talked about in the annals of Indian cricket for 14 years. Now Surya Kumar Yadav has brought something in whereby he has competition. So Dhoni and Surya, the catch versus the six. Now Bharat Ramraj, 2 days before MS Dhoni's birthday. Go for it.
I guess I will go with that only Dhoni, the Dhoni one.
Okay, let's put Bharat out of his misery. Sports fan, Trisha, let's not ask Trisha, let's ask Bharat this question. We need aggressive approach at both ends, like a head and Abhishek. Can we get head also? Travis head. So Jaiswal slots above Gill and Rutu. Bharat, your thoughts? Is that exactly what happened this time?
See, modern day T20 cricket, if you look at how modern day T20 cricket is played, then obviously I would agree with that, that you need to have an aggressive approach. So you would look at Abhishek, you would obviously look at Abhishek Sharma or someone like the ICC Jaiswal also coming into the equation. But again, if the pitches turn out to be like what we saw in the West Indies or in the USA, barring that St. Lucia pitch, then that kind of approach goes out of the window. Then you need to play a little bit of percentage cricket. But most of the T20 cricket, how it is played, then if you look at how most of the T20 cricket is played, then Shubman Gill has a problem on his hands because the way he plays, he takes a little bit of time. It's more like a Virat Kohli type of approach. As we even say, for example, in 2026, T20 cricket is played in 2026 or 27, next T20 World Cup on some flat pitch, India chasing 220 runs. Then I would definitely think of opening with someone like Abhishek Sharma and Yashasvi Jaiswal. So yeah, Shubman Gill has a task on his hands. I believe he also needs to adapt his game to how typical T20 match is played. Let's see how he does it. And we are living in a time where we have to adjust to different formats. In Test cricket, he was getting troubled by Jimmy Anderson. So he changed his technique little bit where he was going across towards off stump. That technique didn't help him in the IPL because in the IPL, batters take the ball well in front of the body because they want to slog it across the line through mid wicket or long on or downtown territory. So that is why Gill, I think, struggled a little bit in the IPL when it comes to upping his ante. So yeah, Gill has, I think, quite a bit of task on his hands. So to adjust his game to different formats. So if you ask me, I would actually agree with that kind of approach. But yeah, depends on conditions. If conditions turn out to be quite tough, like what we saw in the World Cup, then I don't think it will work.
Gautam Gambhir is
Having spoken about all modern T20 approach, we won the World Cup because of Virat's that anchoring innings, and Shivam Dubey and Aksar played around that anchor that is there. I completely agree with Bharat that Gill needs to work on a few things. But here's what I genuinely believe, that any good T20I squad will have one anchor, so that what Bharat said, I completely agree with him again on that when the pitches are tough, when the going gets tough, you need to have that one anchor. You can't suddenly get a substitute. This is not a game of football, it's a cricket. So one of that has to be there. With Rohit and Virat both retiring, if you then look at the lineup, there is nobody who is really an anchor, which is where I think Gill fits to that role perfectly well, and Abhishek and Jaiswal are actually running for the same position, is what I feel.
okay. We have another. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, Gautam Gambhir is back. He's saying God isn't kind. 2011 player of the match, now 24. Why me every time? What does this one mean?
I know what it means. I know what it means. Boryada, are you taking that? It means that in 2011, Gautam Gambhir should have won that player of the match, but obviously Dhoni got it. And now, if Rahul Dravid had left without a cup as a coach, then supposedly as the coach, Gambhir would have had it easier. But because now Dravid has won the World Cup, it comes as a bit of a pressure. That's what he means.
My goodness. Now a lot of
These are
comments were.
these are these are these are puzzles for you. Why are it? Is Trisha taking everyone? This is you and Bharat. One for you, one for Bharat.
We're very non-controversial people, so we're not understanding where what it means. But a lot
You
of
know,
people are
Gautam
asking.
Gambhir is giving us super chat, and he's also giving us riddles to solve.
Yeah, he's like Easter eggs, giving Easter eggs, and you figure out what's going on. But a lot of questions on Olympics as well. Uh, okay,
Okay, let's
they've
let's first let's first take the bigger point. Yeah, we'll go
yes,
to this. Gargi, and let me sort of come to you on this. We claim to be a multi-sporting nation, and yesterday, what I liked about the Prime Minister was that on the same day he met the cricketers and he met the Paris Olympians, and I like that. The Prime Minister Modi met all of them on the same day. There was no discrimination. Met the cricket team, met the Olympians. That was a bit of a statement that look, it's multi-sport, and I like that. Do you think that it's time now for the BCCI only? Suppose the women's team wins. Will there be a victory parade like this? Will there be a chartered flight that is brought back which will say IC 2024 Dhaka to whatever Delhi? And will there be another flight celebrating Harmanpreet Kaur, Smriti Mandana, the rest of the girls? Because it's important. It is important that when we talk about equality and equal treatment and not discrimination, that happens. Can we actually claim that? Can we say that? Because if you don't, then it's a different marker. So that's my claim that yes, we've celebrated the men and they deserve everything, but we must celebrate the women. We must celebrate Chopra. We must celebrate PV Sindhu. By the way, happy birthday, PV Sindhu. We must celebrate Sif Kaur Samra if she goes on to win an Olympic medal. Every Olympic medal winner, according to me, is as important as a World Cup gold medalist, a World Cup medal, or a World Cup win like Rohit Sharma. So will they be celebrated once India returns from the Olympic Games? Will the 10 of them be taken on a rooftop bus around some city, Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta? Will that happen? Will the fans? And here's my question: it's not about the government. It is not about the board. It is not about the federation. Will you, the fan, come out in the same numbers and celebrate Olympic sport in the same manner that you did cricket? If you don't, then you are the person responsible for us not becoming the same multi-sporting nation, and they, as in the women or the Olympic stars, not becoming similar icons. So the onus is now on us. The Prime Minister has set the example. Corporates will set the example. Government will. Will the fans embrace Gargi? Is my question. And I want you and Bharat and Trisha to respond before we take some questions there.
sorry, I didn't hear last. Uh, what Trisha? What?
I'm saying I wanted your thoughts before we take more questions.
Okay, my thoughts. Yes, no, absolutely. We're talking about and the government and authorities involved are doing so much to bring Olympic sports all the glory that it actually deserves. But you see, it's all about the crowd. If the crowd's not there, if the fans are not there, then it's not the same. You can't celebrate. You can celebrate actually in private alone, just the athletes, but what we saw last night, if that's not the reception for every sport that we play, which is the case in a lot of countries, equally they celebrate Olympic sports, equally they celebrate cricket or any other sport, but that's something that hasn't really taken place in India. And I think if this time around that changes, because I have met a lot of people who are saying that they're really really excited for the Olympics, because there is such a overstimulation from cricket matches, because there are so many leagues, so many international matches as well, that the audience is finally shifting towards Olympics and looking for other sports and playing other sports as well. People in their spare time are picking up badminton, they're picking up golf. So there's a lot of audience shift that's happening right now. But hopefully we're able to see the same sort of celebration when PV Sindhu wins a gold, when our hockey team wins a gold, whatever, whoever wins it, we want to see celebrations as heartwarming as what we saw last night. I think that's it's high time now that we give the same sort of respect, same adoration as we give the cricketers.
Trisha, you reckon we have a good chance in the Women's World Cup? Because I think this is our best chance. This is the best chance
Yeah,
for the Indian.
absolutely. Absolutely. The conditions are almost like our home conditions. And on top of that, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but if you honestly see, look at the teams. South Africa isn't at their best. So if you count, it's really up to Australia, England, and India to um, fight for that coveted trophy, which is where again the condition is a little in our favor. Our Smriti is in good form, and I hope she remains in good form. Overall, our spinners have got back into rhythm, and we have someone like Deepthi who can contribute both with the bat and ball in those kind of situations. Hence, I feel this is our best chance to, get another World Cup trophy. And when I say another, it's because the men have already won, and also the women have won the under 19 one. So overall, I do think that this is our best chance for sure. But will people come out after that to support in this way? I have my doubts, Boria. Be it Olympics, be it 5 minutes just before the show we were talking about this, that somebody called Deepika Kumari overrated because she has not got a medal but she qualifies. I mean, this just shows that people do not understand how difficult it is to qualify to come Olympic games. Yes, I understand that people are looking for results, but cricket is a 10 nation game, whereas Olympics is a big deal. So yes, I hope that people turn out, but also I do think that even if we win 12 or 15 medals and there is a parade, I don't think it will be the same as it was last day.
Gargi, before I go to Bharat, there's some troll who wants to sort of, continuously spamming us. Take that question, let me answer that. Take that, this one, RNAV underscore S. Yeah. बोरिया तूने पहले साहा को बुली किया फिर अपने सब्सक्राइबर्स को बुली करता है. You're a shameful journalist and human being, as Vikrant Gupta said 1 year back on his live chat. यार तुम क्यों तुम्हारा खुद का टाइम बर्बाद कर रहे हो हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म में आके हमारा इडियसी सुनने में? मत करो ना, दूसरा कुछ काम है, थोड़ा सा मुड़ी खाओ. बंगाली में हम लोग शाम को मुड़ी और तेले भाजा खाते हैं, वो जाके खाओ, दिमाग ठीक कर लो. और विक्रांत गुप्ता ने अगर बुलाए तो वो विक्रांत गुप्ता को दिखाता है, मुझे क्या, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कोई विक्रांत गुप्ता से मेरा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, जा जो मर्जी करने दो. आई डोंट इवन गिव अ डैम. Vikrant can do what he does. He's a friend of mine. I respect him for his journalism. I will compete with him and beat him. I will lose sometime. I don't care. That's it. Vikrant Gupta, to good with him. So my request to you, if you like our show, stay. If you don't like our show, you know where to go. Thank you. And oh, sorry. And Saha, the whole world knows who lied. The whole world knows who lied. Go read the book. For a change, spend some money. I'll get some royalty. I've spent 2 years in writing that book. I'll need some royalty because I have to run a company. So get me that money. Buy that book from Amazon. Read, and you will know who lied, because that guy lied through his teeth, and the whole world now knows it. Thank you very much. Yes, Gargi.
Let's remove this and on to better things. Ashwin is saying conditions are favorable for Indian women team to win, but every time we say this, Australia team comes and wins trophies. But this time, I hope women's team breaks the jinx like Indian men's team did. Bharat, what do you think?
Come on, Bharat, take a spirited stand. Come on, Bharat.
Yeah, India can do this time. They have been coming very close, in World Cups. Even last time I was watching, obviously, from my home when India played that World Cup final against World Cup. So sorry, they were playing against Australia in that World Cup, and they came very close to winning that match. They came very close to beating Australia. So yeah, this time I think with the conditions on display, India can do this. There's also this spinner called Asha Shobana. I think I like her style of bowling. She's the one who can go and be India's trump card in those conditions. So yeah, I think India can do this. They have been coming very close, and just like the men's team, this time it could be India's World Cup campaign where they go on to lift the trophy. I just wanted to add one point about Olympics. I remember in 2000 Olympics, I think it was held in Sydney. Nisha Millet, our great swimmer, she was about to participate in her event, and afterwards she went on to say, when all the girls were getting ready for their events, just a few meters away, the Australian champion men's team, cricket team, was practicing. There was Brett Lee, there was Glenn McGrath, there was Adam Gilchrist, and they were practicing without anyone cheering them. But all those crowds, Australian crowds, they were very much cheering the swimmers, and it seemed like a great mega event. And Nisha Millet at that time, afterwards she went on to say she felt bad. She felt bad that in India, outside of the men's cricket team, there's no one to cheer other sports persons. Yeah, the things have improved a lot over those couple of decades. Nowadays, yeah, Neeraj Chopra is recognized by most of the passionate fans, but still a lot of things still have to be done, and hopefully, in at least in the next decade or so, we will see a culture being created for other sports as well, not just cricket.
I have a point here, Bharat. It has to start here. Here at Red Sports. Talk is one thing, action. And that is why six people at the Olympic Games. That is why five people at the Paralympic Games. That is why people like you at the back end, Gargi at the back end to give us that support. The whole collective team of Red Sports. By the way, none of us are going to take any leave starting the 15th of July because we are in Olympic mode. That is the whole point. Like the way we covered the Cricket World Cup, Olympics will be twice as intense for us. And that's a commitment. Every result, every event, every venue, every story, every interview, every breaking news. It will be on our platform. It has to start here. One thing is talk. Oh, we want to do the Olympics really well. But do it. Do it. Hold us to it. We are actually saying it to you, to all our viewers. Hold us to this. Are we doing Olympics well or not? Are we doing it the best in the country or not? Better than anybody else. And it's a challenge. We are going to stand up to that challenge day in, day out from Paris. Bharat, we have to do that because this culture of multi-sport is what we stand for. We believe in it and we will deliver for it. Tomorrow at 12 noon, watch out for this absolutely fantastic interview with PR Srijesh and Craig Fulton. Trisha and I and Gargi had shot this in Bangalore, and it was one of the best interviews. I mean, Gargi has another story about PR Srijesh to tell. I think Trisha will ask her to say that. That's a brilliant story. You must ask Gargi to say that. Do not let her close the show without saying it. That's my request. As her editor, I can't push her more. But tomorrow's interview, Craig Fulton and PR Srijesh, mental health, strength, challenges, beautiful stuff. We have done Deepika Kumari a couple of days back. We've done Sumit Nagal. We have done Anjum Mudgil. We've done multiple hockey. We've done Sid Samra. Look, we've done Kishore Jena. We've done multiple Olympic interviews which are coming your way. The whole idea is multi-sport, composite, as much as cricket. And today we were discussing within our team, while we will continue to do cricket, Rohit is there in Zimbabwe every tour, but our focus, trust me, editorially will move to Paris. Because for us, after the Cricket World Cup, the most important event is not the Zimbabwe tour, it is Paris. And by a mile. So while we do Euro, while we do Copa, while we do Zimbabwe, the most important event for us on this particular platform happens to be the Paris Games. That's clear for us, and we will stand by that. Yes, Gandhi.
Why don't you answer this question, Boria? Deb Dutt Deuri is saying, please discuss on shooting team. Is there a chance of medals in this Olympics after 2 Olympic setbacks?
Huge chance. Huge chance. And I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from in Rio on day one. Jitu Rai after training in Mao, and Jitu had won everything. Jitu had won everything. All of us were banking on Jitu for a medal, did not win. All of us were banking on Abhinav for a medal, lost by 0.1. And that heartbreak from the 17 shot onwards, that 9.7 and then the heartbreak, he was in a silver medal position in that 17 shot. Fast forward to Tokyo. We built up Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bakar. All of us thought in the mixed event, the gold is coming. Saurabh Chaudhary, if I remember from memory, had shot 586 in qualification and topped it. I was sitting right behind Saurabh Chaudhary in the shooting hall at the Asahi shooting range in Tokyo. Unfortunately, in the finals, nerves again with Manu the gun malfunction. Multiple events, Ella Vanille did not qualify. So shooting did not really take off in Tokyo. Having said that, what has changed? Sports science. What has changed? Mental health. What has changed? The trials. Because what happens is, and this is something fascinating, we used to get a quota. Gargi Raut wins a quota for India today. Olympic Games is 2.5 years later. The quota is done. So Gargi knows I'm there in the Olympic Games. Whether or not 2.5 years later her form is as good, no one really knows. Now what has been done? Despite winning the quota, you have to go through the trial. Somebody who has not won the quota will start at a minus because of that extra point that you earned yourself by winning a quota. So we are making it a level playing field. Anjum Mudgil did not win a quota. She started behind people who had actually won the quota, in this case Sif Samra, who also made it. But Anjum Mudgil had 4 fantastic trials and she finished second. She made it to the Olympic Games as the second qualifier from that event. So what we have done, and the pressure was intense on these athletes in Bhopal, in some of the other trials. So when you go 21 shooters, 28 events, Aishwari Tomar, Sif Samra, Isha Singh, Ramita, Ella Vanil, you name them, Sarabjot Singh. Imagine a Rudransh Patil missing out. Rudransh, world record holder, 633.4 during that quota. He misses out, and Arjun Babuta and Sarabjot Singh makes it. So you can imagine how good the Indian shooting team is. So absolutely, 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 there is tremendous chance. The other good thing, shooting is in Chateauroux, which is 250 kilometers from Paris. What will happen is the pressure won't be there. Most Indian media, fans, people who will watch, they will not go to the shooting range. They will be in and around Paris. So the kind of pressure that in a home environment or something like that, that will not be on the shooters. So they can focus on their game and it's on their day. They absolutely have the potential. My prediction, 2 to 3 medals from shooting for sure. Our people will be there. I think Rohan will be there in the first leg along with Abhijit, and Kannan will be there in the second leg. I will keep going in and out of Chateauroux, but our team will be there covering shooting every day. So make no mistake, ground reports from shooting, and you will get all these interviews, Sip Samra, Anjum Mudgil, and a host of interviews in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, final questions before we close the show. We've been going on for 46 minutes. I didn't even realize. No, this is the question I wanted to take. Trisha, what are the chances of Indian men's hockey winning a medal in Paris 2024? Real good? Real good chances.
Yes, because Gargi, you were also there when we went to their camp in Sai, and we could clearly see that the blend was there, a blend of experience and youth. A lot of people are in their first Olympics, whereas guys like Manpreet are probably in their fourth Olympics, if I'm not wrong. So it brings in that, because when you're in your first Olympics, obviously you are nervous. Experience helps, and the players who have been in the Tokyo team will actually have kind of I feel they will have a lot more like they will have more confidence in their ability this time round. So I do think there's good chance for them to get a medal. Shopnil is here.
Shopnil has a question for Gargi before she closed. That's why he's joined. Come on.
Okay.
I want Gargi to tell the Srijit story, Srijit's story, and to show the picture. Please.
Picture,
Come
I will
on.
have to find it. Wait, I'll find it. Till then, you go on, and then I'll show it
He
on
wants
screen.
story.
I want the story.
He wants to hear the story from you and then see the photo.
Okay.
Maybe
So,
Bharat can talk about something while she searches for the story. Take another question, Gargi, and let Bharat talk on the question while you search for the
this is a good
picture.
one. Iga Swiatek gives very Meg Lanning vibes. The body language, the grind for the set.
Yeah, this is perfect. Pick this up, Bharat.
Somebody says Greek fanaticus. Big fan of Gargi, say something in Marathi on World Cup win.
Rev Sports Nakki Vaga.
Ah.
Now, Bharat, is Iga Swiatek giving you Meg Lanning vibes as well?
Yeah, see, Swiatek, obviously, she's a big Rafa Nadal fan, actually, as you know. Yeah, someone who's very gritty and who has that never say die attitude. We saw that in that match against Osaka, the French Open. She looked like she will lose, and from there, she came back and won that game, so won that match. So you can say Meg Lanning, but actually she's a huge Rafa Nadal fan, and perhaps take something out from a little bit of what can you say, the winning attitude from Rafa Nadal, because she watches almost every single match of Rafa Nadal. She was there when Nadal won that 2022 Australian Open final. She was there even when Nadal lost recently to Zverev. So I guess we can tell she has taken a little bit of Rafa Nadal's winning attitude, but yeah, you can also bring into consideration Meg Lanning. Meg Lanning obviously has been a great player for Australian team, not just with the bat in hand. She's an outstanding leader. It never seems like Australia are going to lose. It never seemed like Australia were going to lose a match when she was the captain. Even when India were on top in that semi-final last year, it didn't feel like Australia would go down in that match. So yeah, we can even give Meg Lanning's example.
Yeah,
Gandhi, if
so
you
I have,
remember before that, when is the Ashwin interview coming? On Sunday, right, Trisha?
yeah.
On Sunday, the Ashwin interview. The reason being, on Sunday it's MS Dhoni's birthday. So we were waiting for MS Dhoni's birthday because yesterday we would have put it out, but because of the parade and everything else, it made no sense. We had to go with the news flow. Ashwin has spoken at length about MS Dhoni and beautifully, beautifully. So we waited till Sunday. Tomorrow we have the special with Srijesh and Craig Fulton. You will see the Ashwin interview part 1 on Sunday and part 2 on Monday. And you will also see the whole MS Dhoni part on Sunday itself. So that's the plan. Ashwin interview on Sunday with the whole MS Dhoni celebration because it is his birthday. Gargi, over to you with the Srijesh story.
Okay, so finally it's time to hear that story. Swapnil is very interested. But what happened was we were all, taking turns taking pictures with Srijesh. And Srijesh is a very tall man. I am a very short girl. So already, there were a lot of problems involved in this photo shoot. So just before, I was about to go take a picture with Srijesh, I just jokingly said to Trisha, should I? We were shooting in a gym, so there were those benches that we use for exercises. What else? So I said to Trisha jokingly that should I get up on this and take a picture with Srijesh? Would that be better? And that was just a joke until I realized it was not, because once I had gotten as I was standing next to Srijesh, I was on my tiptoes already, and I was nowhere near him. So he said, "Get up on that bench," and I thought he was just joking. So I just laughed it off and I said, "Haha." But he was very serious about that, and he actually made me get up on that bench, and I was. First of all, I was feeling very embarrassed at that point because he actually he pushed me up, like, get up, Gargi, come on, you'll be taller than me. And this is the picture, and my face looks like that because I can't stop laughing at this point. And at that point my concern was,
And
but
by the
you're
way,
taller than me.
I was a spectator, and all I can say is Srijesh was doing it in great spirit. Gargi took it in great spirit, and I
Yeah.
like that about Gargi. I absolutely like that. Both of them were having a fun banter, and the moment Gargi got up and Srijesh said, "Now you're taller than me," so that entire thing is gone. Now you look down on me and say, "Hello,
Yeah,
Srijesh."
that was the dialogue.
That
She
was the
just
best
said, "Now you can look down on me."
It was a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. So
And by
Swapnil,
the way,
over
let
to
me
you.
tell you. No, let me tell everyone, all the viewers. So, Gargi, in one of our shoots with Srijit Mukherjee, Gargi had given me her phone to take a video with Srijit. And I think Swapnil and Rohan were cracking some jokes. So, I completely didn't look at the video and I was looking at them and laughing. And I goofed up. So Gargi lost all her faith in me. So while in that position, being scared that she'll fall down, she's looking at me and she's like, "You better take a proper video. You better take a proper video."
Yeah, because I remember when we took that Srijit video, I went back and I thought Trisha must have taken a nice picture or something, because I give, the yesterday I gave you all that video tip that always give it, put it on video and then give it to someone because you'd never know what frame is best. So I gave it to her and I realized that she had gone like this and I wasn't even in the video.
It was Swapnil's fault. Swapnil was cracking some joke and I was laughing at him.
I was like, what have you seen? What have you done? I'm not even in the video, but all good. And this day also ended very well because, yeah.
Let's break. Let's break. Rohan, tweet it. Tweet that.
What happened?
Let's break. Shubman Gill has finally received his kit. Everything is good in Zimbabwe. Shubman Gill has received his kit, writes Rohit Juglan, and he's also sent us a photograph of Shubman Gill Gargi, can you please put this photo out?
Yes.
And thereafter we can end it. I'm sending the photo. Who do I send it to? Should I send it to Shopin or to you?
No, I'm doing it. It's
Send it
already.
directly to Gargi. Boriada.
I have gotten it. Don't worry.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, Gargi has it. Gargi is there in that group though.
Fantastic. So Shubman Gill has got his kit.
Here,
That's it.
finally.
Finally, he's playing with his own kit.
So there you go.
Finally,
Rohan, you can keep
got
this.
pads that fit him, his own bat, his own gloves, his own helmet. He won't have to fit into someone else's customized
He was
equipment.
using Abhishek Sharma, Avesh Khan, taking turns, but finally he has got his own.
It
Because
reminds
there
me
is a
of
lot of
bowlers.
tossing. Today who, Bharat, Gargi, Trishal, and that.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that bowlers used to do. You know, bowlers are just show up with nothing. They just show up with water bottle and no equipment, and they use all our equipments, all batters
Yeah, I mean,
equipment.
bowlers are not, come on, Gargi. When we used to play cricket, Boriada, bowlers were not supposed to bat. So why would we carry a bat? Just asking. Bat gloves carry करने का ही मतलब क्या है when we are not going to get batting in the net?
And then
Now
you
if we
take
get
the
to
bat
bat,
and break the toe.
and I used to always go to the opening batter for the bat because ऐसे ही थोड़ी कोई ऐसे quality का bat थोड़ी use करना है. I was a number 11 batter. Come on. So opening batter के पास ही जाना है for the bat. हमने भाई bat दे दे तेरा bat करने जाना है. Gloves though I had my own, but gloves and pad I had of my own, but bat for a very long time I did not have my own bat.
And I've seen multiple times bowlers just showing up with this small bag, just with a water bottle in it. I'm like, what?
By the way, can I say a funny story? I just remember one. Once I had got this bat and I got it signed in one of the Bengal camps from Julan Gosham. And she signed at the edge. Like I had asked her to sign at the edge. 2 days later, I am batting. The ball hits the edge. The bat is gone. The edge is gone. The autograph is also gone.
Etched the autograph.
Okay, all right. With that, stories, lots of stories. I think we should start a show, Cricket Tales, and tell all these stories. But anyway,
One show has to be with Bharat and his technical expertise. The Twitch.
yeah.
It should be called the Twitch.
The Twitch.
Bharat, you
Yes,
start
the
that,
Twitch.
yeah? Half an hour, Bharat, and what you do on
But
Twitter.
I do think
you should-
Bharat, in fact, Bharat, I was seeing a lot of people saying that they want more analytical pieces on women's cricket. Yesterday itself, there are a few people who told me that, because I write on women's cricket, why not get into the more analytical path? So Bharat, you should do that. Why not?
Shri is saying bad break, hard break.
Bad
True.
break. Didi, Dex
On that note-
is asking you something. Dex is
Do you
asking
like
you
Sasha?
something.
Do you like Sasha? I do. I actually do like Sasha. I think in Wimbledon, especially in grass court, I do like him. In clay court, I was scared that he might beat Nadal. So no, in the later stages. But yeah, I do like Sasha.
On field, you like Zverev, but on off field, I don't. Can't comment.
Hello, guys.
Yes,
We'll
off
continue
field.
our conversation off camera.
Yeah, off field you probably can't.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Keep supporting us. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. And Ref Sports la nakki baga. Good night.
Ah.